and so make the move to a change.
You're going to move from having 2 or 3 friends into having what, 100 friends.
Yeah, yeah.
Hi, I'm Agnes Stowicki, Managing Editor with Comfort Life. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading retirement communities and care providers to uncover insights to community lifestyle, care, culture, and leadership. This includes insights from residents, family members, and administration. This is the Comfort Life Insider Perspective.
We love it here. You know, it's the staff is incredible. The activities, we keep busy with the activities. Larry's taken over the shuffleboard, and so we've got, he started that in February, and we have 32 members signed up. We do, and the staff has been, like, the activity center has been very supportive and buying supplies and stuff like that, and supporting Larry. And so we're quite content here. We came here because of me. I have rheumatoid arthritis, so we needed to take a lifestyle change. And Larry, what did you have to say?
Yeah, we've been here a year. We'll be here a year in November the 1st. And we moved in from Cumberland, which is about half an hour away from Campbell River. And we just can't thank Berwick enough for what we have here. It's been perfect for us. Well, now that you mention it, I look after the shuffleboard group, and I really enjoy that. And we have a very active group. We have tournaments going on constantly. We only have one shuffleboard table here, so we have 30 members approximately. So we have tournaments, and that's how we all get together over a period of 1 or 2 or even 3 weeks to play our tournaments off. And that's our favorite. Betty belongs to the book club.
Creative writing.
Creative writing.
Yeah.
The atmosphere here is very uplifting. They're always promoting activities to keep people busy, and they do a very good job of that. Pat, Celine, Serena in the activities area.
Amy,
they're constantly got things going from crafts. Today we have a Halloween costume parade. And I was going to wear our costume for this interview, and I thought, oh, I better not.
we're dressing up as mimes, painting our face white, and we black and white shirts and clown shoes and you know, the gloves that a mime carries, you know, in their hands. And so it's gonna, and we got a guy coming in to play guitar and sing, set us down. We're going down the hallway, probably singing with our outfits on, and you know. But
yes, yesterday we had a tequila tasting group take place in our fireside lounge. And they had the tables all set up, and they had various types of tequila, and we could taste it and comment it. And they did a talk on all the different brands and where they're from, and you know, that sort of stuff. So they've got everything.
the view was the other Berwick facilities that we've been to, one in Victorian and Nine, they're beautiful facilities, but we have the view. I think the only other facility with a good view would be the one in Kamloops, but the view here is just incredible.
Where else can you sit up in a nice warm lounge with the fireplace going, look out the windows and watch the cruise ships go by from Alaska? to or from Alaska. We can watch humpback whales go up the passageway here as they work in their way north. So the ferries go back and forth, all sorts of fishing boats traveling,
And the container ships.
tugboats and container ships and barges. It's just a constant view of things going on. That was one of our big attractions.
Other residents have, but we have not. But we used to own the sailboats. We saw lots of whales in our personal experience, but there's some, but in the summertime, somebody said that they saw the humpback whales.
And killer whales. We
And
get
killer
killer
whales.
whales coming up.
Yeah.
It was painless.
It
We
was-
had a
we-
moving company that was recommended from Berwick. Well, actually, they gave us a list of several moving companies that were recommended by them, and they have had experience of moving people into this particular facility. So they knew what they were doing, and it was painless. It was so simple and easy.
It was Rocket Richard, I think that was his name, the company name. And we got rid of quite a lot of our things. We're in a 3-bedroom rancher, so we just brought the basics here. And we were ready to move in, or we sat in our house waiting for them. They were on time. They had everything loaded in within an hour. And then they came here, they had to wait till the lunch hour was over so people can use the elevator. When they moved everything in, they set up our beds, they set up a TV, everything that we needed to have set up, they did for us.
It was very simple.
It was
very
the
simple.
neatest move I've ever experienced. The guys were just incredible, and they were so helpful and considerate of us. You know, I have to use a walker, and they're very considerate of where I was sitting, what I was doing, and stuff like that. But we were basically moved in within the hour. 1 hour to move from my house, and 1 hour for them to move stuff in and get us set up. I'm immune compromised. And so because of COVID, we were in isolation for 3.5 years, going out very little. And so we were very concerned moving into this building, and the staff all wore masks. And for about until the COVID was lifted, the mask mandate was lifted, we were and people started saying, gee, you guys are got to get in there and mix. We said, no, we're taking our time until the mask mandate is over. And then after that, in February, when Larry started up the shuffleboard, we started feeling at home, sort of thing, that people didn't think we're standoffish. I'm sure they did at the beginning. And I had to explain to people, we came from being in isolation to this building of 144 people, but I immediately joined the creative writing group and the book club, and I met some lovely ladies, a couple of guys too, but mostly these are intended by ladies. And we feel this is our home. Now we moved in 1st of November, and we probably middle of January, we're getting more and more settled. But basically because of COVID, that we had to be sort of standoffish and watch.
When you move into Berwick, I think it's the same with all the Berwick facilities, as you are assigned an ambassador. Now, the ambassador sort of takes you under their wing, shows you how things work, protocols, what to do, what not to do. And we had an excellent ambassador. And
she's our friend now.
Yeah.
Like we treat her as a friend.
And that's a very helpful thing, to have that ambassador. And now Betty and I are both ambassadors to pass it on.
When you move in, in this environment, you have a lot to think about. You're going from even though it's independent living, you're leaving your home. And then we had to sell our house. So we sold our house in February. So we had that to worry about, getting the house sold in Cumberland. But it was a lot to think about, that going from being on your own in a house to being independent, but you're with a lot of people in the building. And realizing, oh, we're at that age now, you know. The food is good, the staff are wonderful, and there's always somebody here to give you assistance. You know, there if you need assisted living, like somebody help you with their bathing and hygiene and your pills, there's always somebody here. Over above living by yourself, there's somebody here that you need somebody to bathe you. There's somebody here. Get your name on the list.
That's a tough one. I have to think on that for a minute because
As far as keeping us active, I think there's everything here. There's always playing cards. There's 2 or 3 card games we would like to introduce, but we can't find a time slot because there's lots of people play cards and activities. And the bus, like they're always offering little bus tours and stuff. I can't think of anything that they have not thought of.
probably we would probably have put our name in earlier, but we didn't even know about the facilities until later on, and it was through Betty's relationship with some people that she knew that had gone into extra living areas that we decided that we would start looking at it. So we were probably a little late in doing our research and could have started earlier, but it worked out for us very well. That was the only thing, is that we would have, I think, started earlier than we did, but it still worked out great.
You know, there's 144 residents here in the building. The building is fully booked. There's no empty spaces.
Book early.
They could say book early,
early.
and they'll find there's always somebody. When we moved in, I was sitting on a chair in front of the elevator waiting for the movers to come, and it was just at lunchtime, and people are starting to get on the elevator, and a lot of people stood there and talked to me. Like your picture is posted on a wall, a new resident, you get your picture a little bit right up about you, so everybody knows when they get off the elevator, you go and look and see who that new person is, sort of thing. And we just were in awe of how friendly the residents are. You know, some people have health issues, but you know, they can go out of their way to say hi to you, sort of thing. And my advice to anybody coming in is just lighten up, be prepared to have some fun and some smiles. You know, participate. We have lots of entertainment upstairs, and sing-alongs, and we have the Mennonite choir coming up at least twice a month from Black Creek, and we have a couple people coming in to play music and to sing, and we have a good singing group, a choir here in the building, and there's some people taking ukulele lessons, and you know, it's a hard decision when you're on your own living in a house. You get depressed, and so when people come here, we try to help them, bring them around, make them happy, make them smile. And so that's what I would say to people: make the move. You're not going to be sorry. Staying at home and looking out for yourself, you get lonely and depressed, and so make the move to a change.
You're going to move from having 2 or 3 friends into having what, 100 friends.
Yeah.
For more information about this community, you can visit their profile at comfortlife.ca.